sure you don't forget them. Once they are engraved in your memory, your soldering experience will be like a stroll in the park, nice and easy. Using the soldering iron. Soldering iron is very easy to use, but only when used properly. There are several things you should always be mindful of when using it. Step 1. Set up your soldering iron so it stands on the soldering iron stand, like in the photo. After you do that, plug it into a power outlet. Yeah. How can you turn it on? Yeah. Step 2. Set the temperature at 250. You can't change the temperature. By turning the regulator.
What's the regulator?
There is a small black arrow next to the regular wheel, so make sure that it points to the right temperature.
Not
like
on this
in the
one,
photo.
it should be set right.
Okay.
So there's only one temperature.
It's 250 degrees. It needs to be 250 degrees. Oh, is it hot now?
Nope.
No, I have to turn it on.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
And also we have to hold that.
No, I didn't get to read the rest of it.
We don't need to.
Anyway, once you're done with soldering, you'll unplug the iron from the power outlet to turn it off. Please use a soldering iron stand each time you're not using it so you don't burn the surface or the circuit board. Make sure not to touch the soldering iron tip for at least 5 minutes after you have turned it off.
You can't cheat by putting it in on the sponge because you're more likely to break the soldering iron.
Okay. Also, it wouldn't be a bad idea to protect the table with some heat-resistant material, wooden sheet, aluminium, or soldering pad. We don't have any of those, only this wooden thing, but it does say wooden sheet. Oh,
Do not
use any type of fabric since it can easily catch fire. You can also... Is that fabric, Daddy?
Nope.
God.
Fabric is like clothing, cloth.
Anyway, do not use any type... Oh, yeah. You can also use an alt desk that you don't care about damaging, or a clean, nice piece of stone if you have a yard. Now, make sure to plug the cable into the soldering iron and into the power brick, and then connect it to the power source. I don't know what any of those are.
Sorry, it depends on the soldering iron. So what the soldering iron we've got is a little simpler.
Yeah, because that's what
This
they
is the
need.
one that came with it.
Okay,
Wait, what did that say? Go to the next chapter to see what you should be soldering so we can start the whole process once and for all. We should go there then.
No.
Yeah, keep going down.
There we go. Soldering the components.
Oh yeah.
We still
Wait,
need
is
to
that the
read it.
next chapter?
In the
No,
first
it's not.
part of the
not
assembly
the next chapter then.
process, you'll be mostly soldering. Later on, you're going to leave your soldering iron aside and connect all the casings together, something like a tiny puzzle. Finally, you will finish the process with a little bit of bolt screwing and playing around with the batteries. After that comes the easiest part, playing games and enjoying the console. Of course, the learning is never over, since there will be plenty of time later to code and create your own games. Share them with your friends and break all of the high scores to prove you're the best of Nibble gamers. But that will have to wait for now. Let's get on. Fuse. Before the start of soldering, it's necessary to put the fuse in its place. Fuse will keep all of the components untouched if something goes wrong inside the circuit. There are a total of 3 fuses, and they can be replaced if needed as well. What is the fuse?
So this is the fuse here. So they're in
Where
a
do
packet.
we need to put it?
If we want to get started, we need to go to chapter 3, which
A
will
packet
speed up.
with 3
Yeah, it's alright when it
fuses.
tells you to do something. So we've got 3 fuses.
Take one of the fuses from the packet.
Put it where?
Put the fuse in a
Wait,
little
no, wait.
holder.
Wait. Where do we have to put it?
So if you just take one of the fuses out of the packet, as it says.
Okay.
One fuse. I'll read it out.
It's got a little sticky cover.
I know.
And be careful. Don't let it fall. Don't let it fall. They're so tiny. Need help? I don't have any big nails.
Is the fuse like a bomb?
Hey, can you pick it off because we don't have big enough nails?
Can you do it?
Jiminy, can you help me do it?
Make sure none of them falls out. Can I try it?
Well, it doesn't matter if they fall out as long as they fall out on the table.
Yeah, I don't want them to fall out. Down. Put the fuse in the little holder right next to the buzzer. I'll see what it is. Where's the buzzer again? Is this the buzzer? Is this the buzzer? Pretty sure this is the buzzer. Where's the holder? Right next to the buzzer.
There's the buzzer.
Yeah.
Easy.
Dad, we need help.
The buzzer is there.
Yeah, but we don't. Lewin, listen. Lewin, listen. Put the fuse in the little holder right next to the buzzer. Can I put it in?
Alright.
With the thing with the writing on top?
I think it doesn't matter which way you put it.
It's not going in.
Yeah, we'll just go in on the first try.
It sticks to you. Why is nothing working?
It is working, but I just
Can't get it in.
Is that okay? Or maybe we'll have to solder it in.
No, soldering comes last, Lewin.
There we go. You just needed to push
18
it.
more minutes.
If you can put the fuse in by using your fingers, use a toothpick or some other thin object to do so. Okay, just putting the fuse in place. Part 1. The buttons. Main board and the buttons are needed in order to start the assembly. The main part of the console besides the screen are the buttons. In order to move, shoot, dodge, jump and pause in games, you need to have some kind of input. Go down. Buttons are the most commonly used input and there are a total of 7 of them. 8 if you include the reset button, which is located at the top of the console and is already soldered on. The buttons consist of 2 parts, the mechanical button parts and the button caps. Buttons can work even without the caps, but pressing them with the caps on feels way nicer and they look a lot cooler. Let's get on with the
That's what all
soldering
these holes are for.
our
Yeah.
first component, a button. Let's get on soldering.